Hey, what's cooking, Jay?
Welcome back to Gunther's Kitchen. Today I'm making apple and almond upside down cake. Stick around and I hope you enjoy my recipe. It's very easy and very delicious. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so we can develop our channel and make more of our delicious food. So the ingredients you need is basically 2 stages. For the apples, for the nice caramelized apples, you need butter, brown sugar and apples and a little bit vanilla. And for the sponge, you need eggs, you need sugar, you need almond meal, you need plain flour, a little bit of milk, a little bit of cinnamon, baking powder and butter. And that's it. Very simple. Alright? So let's start. First thing we do is we put the butter on the stove on small flame, little flame. So basically we're cooking like a toffee sauce, more or less. We just put the butter on, butter is melted, we add the brown sugar. Okay, in the meantime, we're peeling our apples. So I've got Royal Gala apples. I like the Royal Gala because when you cook them, they basically get really soft. They don't stay firm and bitey. I like that in a cake when it's all very soft and all very moist and delicious. So we just peel our apples. So if you cut them like this, cut the inside out and then cut them in half again. This, you want quite chunky bits so you don't lose the substance of the apple. So now we cut them all like that. Okay, so while I'm doing the apples, the butter is hot. It's melted and now we're adding our sugar. And I'm adding vanilla. Vanilla bean paste, 3 grams. And now we let that all dissolve and I'll finish my apples. Okay, so now the brown sugar and the butter is all melted. Now we're adding 50 ml of water. That will make it emulsify. Yeah? So you've got a smooth sauce. So now what we do is we use a frying pan. This is our cake tin. I lined it with parchment paper, crisp paper, what we call it. And we need a frying pan in a similar size. Okay, so we put our apples in there. And we put our sauce on there. So what we do is we pre-cooking our apples. That's the most important part. You just put them onto the stove and have them half cooked. When they are cooked, then we put them in the tin. So they are basically done. Now we're adding the juice of half a lemon. The apples are cooked, so what we do, we put it into our bowl. We just want to let it cool down a bit and then we arrange it in our cake tin. Now leave that there. In the meantime, we're going to start our sponge. We separate our eggs. I'm whipping the egg white first, so then we don't have to clean out the bowl. If you do your egg yolks and the icing sugar first, you really have to make sure your bowl is clean before you whip the egg whites. So now just the egg whites in, we put half the sugar in and we let it run. So the egg whites are half beaten now, so now we're adding the rest of our sugar. Important part is that don't over whip them. In the same token, the sugar has to be dissolved. So when you have the egg whites out and you try it, there shouldn't be any sugar crystals. Okay, the egg white is done. Nice and shiny, glossy, well whipped, but not over whipped. And we leave the whisk in there without cleaning it because we put the egg yolks in. So now get the egg whites out and the egg yolks in. Clean up the bowl. Then we put our icing sugar and we let it run. while this is running, we're lining up our apples. Just one next to each other in a circle. Very easy, very simple. Just like this. So I've lined the apples up all nicely, and then we're pouring the sauce on top. Okay, so the egg yolks and the sugar is nice and fluffy. Now I'm adding the butter. It's soft butter. And we let it run. In the meantime, we take our apples, and I have brought the sauce to the boil, and we just pour the sauce on top of our apples. And I wish you could smell it. It smells like toffee pudding. Delicious. So now we just let it sit there for a minute while this is cooling down, so we can put the sponge on top. Our mix will be ready. All right, let's take it out. Beautifully fluffy, as you can see. So now we're adding some of our egg whites, and before we're adding the rest, we take our flour and our almond meal, and we're adding our baking powder. We've got some half a lemon, grated lemon zest, and a little bit of cinnamon, like a half a teaspoon cinnamon powder, because apple and cinnamon and lemon is just a perfect combination. All right, so this is ready. Now, as I said, there's a third of the egg white, and we're adding a little bit of the flour. I just mix this in at the beginning. We don't have to worry about losing too much air, because it's beautifully airy. And we are still very gentle and just folding it in. Now we're adding some of the flour mix, and we're adding our milk. Measurements are in the description, so check it out. Have a try of this cake, because I can tell you one thing, my family loves it, because it's a simple cake and everyone loves apple and cinnamon. Let me know if you're interested in an apple and cinnamon muffin recipe. I've got a beautiful one. So let me know, and I'll make some. Now, if you're not allergic, just leave the almond meal out and add extra flour. So instead of the amount of almond meal it says, just substitute it with flour. And we are done. Now we're taking our cake, and we're taking our mix, and we're just putting it on top. Okay, and that's it. So the cake is done. Now we're putting it in the oven, 150 degrees for about 45 minutes, but we'll check it out anyway after half an hour. Okay, so now let's cut the cake and see what it's like. Still a bit warm, but you know, that's just the best way to eat it, I suppose. Oh God, nice. It's so light. It's so light. Absolutely delicious. And you see, all the moisture has gone into the sponge. It's so moist. And you can taste a little bit of cinnamon and the lemon. Delicious. So I have some whipped cream with it, or some custard. Be perfect for it. So I hope you like my recipe, and see you soon at Gunther's Kitchen on YouTube. Yum.